What up, boys and girls? Happy Friday. We're back, Smitty and I, today. And we got a main slate breakdown. We've had all day baseball, which was great. Smitty's got a little bit of a sweat going right now.
Yep, I have a five-man Cub stack with Will Smith and Otani. That's kind of get me there. Your boy Michael Bush helped in that.
Yeah, I'm a big Michael Bush fan, so that's right, like his price is eventually going to be up. So,
Yep.
Yeah, they're and the good thing is most of the Cubs pen is trash. So Otani should get another chance.
Yep.
So but we're here to talk about the main slate. We are. I didn't get a chance to update it today, but we're on fire on our betting side to start the season between Smitty and I. We're up over 30 units to start the season. Like, that's lunacy, guys. Like, that's just a nutso number. So enjoy that while you can. For everybody, in our paid area of our Discord.
I'm in a stream.
What's that? What'd you say?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, all right. Well, let's talk about pitching first instead of going game by game. What do you think?
Yep, that sounds good to me.
All right, to Strider or not to Strider? That is the question.
Yeah, as far as Strider goes, I mean, anytime you can get to Strider, that's fine. But I just think I don't really need to pay that. I think I can get that in the mid range today.
Yeah, it is. For me, it's his price, right, at $11K, right? You're paying for it. So really, and it's the D-backs, right? Like, they're a great lineup. You're going to need 12 plus Ks and really need him to, deliver there. And he's looking like he's going to be like a significantly, him and Freddie, like really high on the ownership side, which makes me want to play. I'd probably only do it small side if I don't do a one-off, but maybe a two-man Diamondback, maybe a one-man, but I might do a little three-man Diamondback back just to offset some of that there. Next, we'll get to Freddie, man, $9,300 Freddie, projected at 90% ownership right now.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel?
I don't really like it. I mean, the Mariners they've been striking out, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's just too big of a number for me right there. Like, we get to that and I'm just like, okay, like, let's not let's not get crazy. You have the surprising for me is the Hunter Green ownership going up. Are people really going to play him in the Great American Small Park against some right-handed bats that could hit? Because he's he's not great against lefties, and he struggles if he's missing the zone. I don't understand his ownership there today.
Yeah, I mean, he always has an upside anytime he's on the slate, but I agree with you. At ownership, I don't think he's worth eating when we have plenty of other options on this slate.
Yep. What about getting crazy on the other side? You got the Stones to step up and throw a little Quintana today?
I don't know about that. I was looking. The Reds do have the highest K rate on the slate, but I don't think I'm going to touch Quintana.
I don't know. I got to see where the Reds bats end. If they stack ownership, just go insane, I might take a shot in like my three max.
Yeah.
I won't do it in. You just got a Will Smith run, buddy.
Nice.
Yep. I won't do it in probably my SE, but we'll go there. On the other side, same thing. You got you crazy enough to throw a $5,500 Corbin versus the Phillies.
I don't think I'm touching Corbin.
Yeah, me neither. I kind of like Nola at 9K though. I get the Parks, the wind's blowing, but Nola has the upside. My only worry is that they did go with some bats today or a little lower K rate, but I think they can. I think if his ownership stays down and low, I think Nola could be an interesting play. What are we getting here on Nola right now? He's up to 22% now. When I looked earlier, it was a little less. So that's a pass for me there. Um, how you feeling about? Let's go. We'll twist it up here. Yeah, I notice we didn't bring up Tommy Henry. If you throw Tommy against the Braves today, then you're crazier than I am. Never did I think, though, and I get it's the White Sox and they have not looked good to start. Did I think we'd see an $8,700 over 10% owned Brady Springer? How's that make you feel?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. When I looked at pricing last night, I couldn't believe he was 87, which I like Singer. I think he has potential. He hasn't put it all together. Going against this lineup's pretty nice, but if he was about 1 to 2%, I would definitely have some. But at over 10, I don't know if I have a whole lot of interest.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's snowing or raining in Pittsburgh right now. By the way, it looks wild. The weather is like you can't even barely see the screen. Like they're going to call it after this at bat. There's no way they're keeping this game going. They're wild for playing this. Yeah, it's again like 8,700. Now the Royals have been smashing the ball to start, but what do you think about Eric on the other side? Now he's only 7,200 today.
Yeah, I do like Eric. I like taking some shots there. I think I'm
Yep.
fine with having some Royal stacks too, but I think in the KBO they had him add a pitch. He kind of changed his pitch mix, and his strikeout rate's just taking a big leap this year.
Yeah, that's a spot, especially because I think the Royals are going to have a pretty decent stack ownership. I think that's a spot I'll probably want to attack with Fetty today. On the other side of Peralta, what do you think of Logan Gilbert today? Like, I kind of like it. I mean, I get he's expensive, but his ownership's looking kind of nice to me.
Yeah, he is expensive. I'm not really scared of the Brewers lineup, but I don't. They're not a team I run to attack, but I believe in Gilbert. I think he has an upside to get through this lineup with. Give me 8 Ks, maybe 1 or 2 runs allowed, and I'd take that from his price.
Yeah, and he's I think he's going to end if he ends 15% or less. Like that's a spot I don't mind paying up. What do you think of the Texas game? Everybody knows I love me some Hunter Brown. However, for me today is not the day to use Hunter Brown.
No, I like Hunter Brown too as a pitcher, but today is I'm pretty much all bats in this game. I think if you wanted to play Brown, I wouldn't tell you not to, but I probably will have very little if I get any of them.
Yeah, I get it because the bats I think are going to get a little more popular here, but for me, this is like the game to attack at what I think ownership's going to be on both sides of the ball. And same thing, right? I'm not throwing Bradford, but then we get down to the bottom, and we got an interesting spot here. The Angels are like bad but good right now, so I like me some Cutter Crawford today at 8,400. I like him not as much as the other side, but I kind of like him versus the Angels. And I want to see the lineup for the Sox, but Canny's only 7K today, and he has the ability to like put it together against what I don't think is a great Boston lineup.
Yeah, I agree. When I first looked at the slate last night, Canning was my favorite pitcher on the board. I mean, with price considered, I like him. I'm not scared of the Red Sox lineup. The one thing I will point out is this line on this game is kind of weird. I mean, the Angels are slight favorites, so Canning looks pretty good here.
And it's the over under is 9, but it's juiced to the under like pretty decently.
Yeah.
The over under, so you guys know, like we're looking at this stuff. The over under in Texas, Houston is 10 versus like the Brewers Mariners is 7.5. So I tend to lean towards like that. Like that's one of the things I'm looking at. The over under in KC, Chicago, another reason, with Fetty today, it's only 8, right? There's some bigger totals on the slate. And surprisingly, the Mets and Reds at Great American Small Park is only 9. And it's a little juice to the under right now. So that's interesting to me just from an odd standpoint.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I mean, you have 2 pitchers that give up runs at Great American. It's a pretty weird line.
Yeah, if it stays low, it's just man, the Reds have been canned so much. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I might get nuts and get me some Quintana. Like
I don't
the
hate him.
more I look at their K rate, like oh my gosh, right? Like and he just if he delivers, he's not going to be owned. Like where's he looking? Right, Quintana's going to probably be sub 10%. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of nice.
And
I love the Mets bats today. I like I like Alvarez. I like Alonso. Um, I'm going to keep riding DJ Stewart. He's going to get us there one of these nights. But keep in mind, if you're running Stewart, even though Bader's playing, there's a chance they will pinch hit. They're going to match up him at the end of the game. So keep that in mind. What do you think exposure wise here?
I'm kind of all right with either team, even though they're in a good park. It's just I don't know. Like you said, the Reds K a lot. I do have some interest in some mini stacks there, like give me Steer. He's been hot, and I always
Yeah.
have interest in getting some Ellie exposure and Christian Encarnacion Strand. But
Yep.
when it comes to the Mets, it's hard to believe in the Mets, but I do like Alvarez a lot. Catcher, he's cheap,
He's my
batting in the
favorite
three
catcher.
hole.
He's my favorite catcher today.
Yeah, he's a lock and load in cash games or some single entries.
What do you think of Philly versus Corbin? I think they're going to end up being like massively owned. I don't see how they're not versus Corbin. Like
Yeah,
but like again with this slate, they might not be. But I mean, if you're playing GPP, you got to get some Braves exposure or Philly exposure, right?
yeah. I think that's the one way that keeps our exposure down is the Braves ownership. People love playing Braves, so the Phillies could be like the second highest team, which is pretty big in single entry. Instead of playing the Braves, you just play the Phillies. With either team, it's pretty tough to fit Strider, so I think you're not going to have Strider in those lineups.
Yeah, not if you want to go a big stack on them,
Yeah,
right? And that's interesting there. I'm not really going to touch anybody with Washington today. I'm gonna leave them be. Um, Atlanta, right? Atlanta's the Dodgers. They're always in play. Again, especially against Tommy Henry. Uh, um, give me a cheap if you want to punt shortstop today. Give me a cheap Orlando Arcia. He's only 3,600 today, so I kind of like him. I don't hate like that kind of like that bottom two either with Darnod in there. I kind of like that side. And again, like I said, GPP, if you want to get nuts, make a Diamondback stack just to offset some Strider ownership.
yeah. I was looking at some of the pitch mix stuff for Tommy Henry last night, and I can't remember what pitch it was, but Arcia profiled really well against him, so I really like that call.
Yeah, I like Arcia today, like especially at price.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a little leverage in that game. And the spot I'd go, like if you want to like one off, like just to offset some Strider ownership, maybe do a little jock action. Give me the lefty bat. So if I'm going there, I'd rather lick the floor of a strip club than play the White Sox today. I don't love the Royals. I get them in GPP from your side, but single entry 3 max, I'm not going to have any Royals exposure.
Yeah, I think with the Royals, it's just they're cheap, so I don't care if they're a mini stack on my side, but I kind of believe in Fetty.
Me too. Oh, man, who just got one? Oh, is that Rutschman? Oh, Rutschman just got even with Jones. Jones diced in the first inning if you're not watching. Rutschman just – is that Rutschman or Gunner? I can't tell if Gunner – I can't tell he was running the bases. Gunner or Rutschman
It was
just got
Gunner.
back. Was it Gunner? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they just went back to back.
Did they?
No,
Yeah,
never mind.
I caught him
Hearn
dropping
got it.
bases. I couldn't tell who it was. The stack of the day, Smitty and I were both on this without us talking about it. For me, is the Astros Rangers game. Just give me the bats on both sides. We're gonna save a little bit, for off camera, but there's 2 bats we really like. We'll talk about that at the end. But this is just go get exposure to this game.
Yeah, this game just it bleeds offense. We got an over under of 10. Houston's a slight favorite. I pretty much play 1 through 9 of the Astros with preferably not Jose Abreu, but I'll play him if I need to. as far as the
Yeah, I'm not
Rangers
going him
side,
at first. Yeah, I'm not
no,
going him at first today.
no. You just give up too much when you play someone like that at first.
Yeah, there's too many other options. I'm not really touching the Mariners bats. Um, I'm definitely not going Brewers against Gilbert. A little bit of ownership. I'm just not going there. Freddie's been so improved. We're going to stay there. And then for me, the last game, they finally, Trout's priced like Mike Trout again, right? He's $5,900 today, but he's hitting the cover off the ball. The other catcher I like, but you got to pay up for him is I like Logan today. Ohapi is he's just swinging so well. The kid's just such a good hitter. And like I said, I like the Canning side there to give me a little leverage in this game. So I don't mind picking a bat. And the other spot I like, though, if you don't throw Canning, I think Casas gets it going today.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in Casas, so I can get on with that. I do have some interest in the Angels, kind of as a pivot to KC. They got some guys that are cheap, like you mentioned, Ohapi and Mickey Moniak, Zach Neto at the bottom of the lineup,
Yep.
and then even their top two, Anthony Rendon and Nolan Chanul, they're cheap too.
Yeah, like you can get in there. I think Ward's what 4,000, 4,300, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so right, you can get at Ward there. So yeah, those are like spots I like today. So yeah, we'll be in Discord. I'm a little behind. I'm not gonna have a full article out today. I had a water leak in my house, so I got to fix that and chase the specialty part today. So I'm running massively behind, but hopefully we keep it going here. And as we end off, we're going to talk about our moonshots. Tell me who you got.
My moonshot today is Chaz McCormick. He's
So
going yard.
Yeah, I love Chaz. I literally called him a dirty dog when he told me Chaz first, just so you guys know off camera. Like I was like, come on, Smitty. But we're going to stick in this game. We're getting Evan Carter today. He's going to get it, right? He's going to get on the board. I really like him. I really believe in this kid. And I don't hate because he's just hasn't swung yet. We might even sneak a bet in of a Langford Carter rookie home run, a little prop today. So we might seat that in today.
Yeah, I like that.
So right, rookies are due. If Hunter doesn't elevate his fastball, right, or if he hangs one of them big sweeping curves, either one of those guys has the ability to hit the ball very, very far. And I said yesterday, Velasquez was going 450 feet. I'm sorry, disappointed. He only hit it 429. But for the record, it was a fastball, not a changeup. He hit that far. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Let's go have a great weekend. And let's go Cubbies. Let's get Smitty a takedown.
Let's do it.
All right. Later.